There's no sterner test to Napoli's ambitions than a trip to Italy's most successful club on the domestic front. After 3 wins on the spin, Napoli arrive in Turin looking down on Juventus in the table and with top spot in their sights. The Bianconeri, meanwhile, are coming off the back of 2 straight 0-0 draws in Serie A, but they did collect a scintillating win earlier this week against PSV in the Champions League. At the Allianz Stadium, it is Juventus-Napoli. Here's how he sends out his team this evening. There's no Federico Gatti. He starts from the bench because of an ankle injury, so it's Pierre Kalulu alongside Bremer in defence. Weston McKennie is rewarded for his goal against PSV with his first league start of the season. Dusan Vlahovic is eager to get back to scoring ways after firing a blank in the past 3 in all competitions. Now, as for Napoli, Antonio Conte has surprised everyone, and instead of his trademark 3-man defence, he's opted for a 4-man backline. In midfield, there's a first start for McTominay in Napoli colours. Lukaku, after a bright start to his Napoli adventure, is tasked with firing in the goals. Now, before kick-off, there will be a minute's silence for Salvatore Schillaci, better known as Totò, who sadly died on Wednesday. And we'll also now pay our tributes to the former Juventus forward, amongst others, as our Serie A grounds up and down the country this weekend. Glance of the watch, and we're off. Napoli playing from right to left and in their all-blue strip. Juventus in the famous Bianconeri stripes. I'm joined this evening by former defender Manuel Pascali. Manuel, it's still early days, but how big is this fixture?
Yes, Thomas, it's a huge game. We said it. In my opinion, these 2 teams are gonna challenge Inter for the Scudetto.
Cambiaso. McKennie. Savona takes a deflection and McTominay's there. McTominay, one of those new additions that you were talking about, Manuel. Napoli have strengthened, spending over 150 million euros over the summer as they look to build again after last season's woeful finish, not even qualifying for Europe. 41 points behind Inter, so Conte tasked with trying to cut that gap.
Now they're doing well, not conceding goal. They just conceded 1 against PSV in the week.
Can Yildiz curled in towards McKennie. It was a dangerous ball in. It had Meret and the Napoli defence worried. That's what Yildiz is so good at, man, or checking inside, either taking on defences or trying to set up goals. McKennie. Nico Gonzalez. Played in by Nico Gonzalez, goes looking for Vlahovic. McTominay gets his head to it, and Lukaku coming back, and Lukaku getting fouled in the process. McKennie. Nico Gonzalez. Falls kindly here for Kvaratskhelia. McTominay. Lukaku to his right. Lukaku. Still with Lukaku. And it's simple for Di Gregorio there. Brema. And Cambiaso. Coat Miners, he's found a bit of space in between the lines here. Coat Miners. McKennie takes a big deflection. And then Juventus, after giving away the corner at one end. Can Yildiz. Coat Miners flicks it on! And Coat Miners causing panic in the Napoli area and for the Napoli defence. All stem from that ball in by Kenan Yildiz, and Coat Miners asking questions, they're probing. Vlahovic. Wayward ball given away by Vlahovic. McTominay can pounce. Still with McTominay! Spilt by Di Gregorio. And then he makes the save at the second attempt there, Michele Di Gregorio. McTominay with Napoli's first effort on target. And it all stemmed from an error by Dusan Vlahovic. Juventus let off the hook.
Yeah, but this why they sign him. He can drive the ball, then take responsibility, because he's got a wonderful shot from distance. He's got goals, and here went for power, awkward rebounds in front of Di Gregorio.
Cambiaso now playing through the middle. Kenan Yildiz also drifted in field to try and get more involved. Nico Gonzalez, beautiful touch. Savona. And it's gone out for a corner. Last touch off a Napoli jersey. Again, Juve trying to stretch Napoli and play in balls, as we see a very famous face. Talking of Serie A history, Lilian Thuram. Matteo Politano. This is Politano. And Juventus breathe a huge sigh of relief. Brilliantly played in by Politano. Politano with the corner. And there goes the half-time whistle. It is goalless at the break. Alessandro Buongiorno has kept Vlahovic quiet. Lukaku, meanwhile, has been kept quiet by Brema. An entertaining first half. Took its time to burst into life, but when it did, these two sides showing exactly what they're capable and showing flashes of brilliance. And it sets it up nicely for the second period. At the break, it's Juventus 0, Napoli 0. Timothy Weah coming on. And Timothy Weah.
For Nico Gonzalez, probably. Or
is it for
Vla
Dusan Vlahovic?
Yeah.
Manuel, welcome back. Manuel, so Dusan Vlahovic off. We're not quite sure that's because of an injury or a technical decision from Thiago Motta. Cambiaso looking to switch the play. McKennie, beautiful touch in the path of Savona. Nico Gonzalez. Still with Nico Gonzalez, always rising, but that's more like it from Nico Gonzalez. Timothy Weah. Yildiz. Here goes Kenan Yildiz, very nearly a carbon copy of the goal he scored midweek against PSV. In the end, too tame an effort, simple for Caprile. Politano races away. Still with Politano. Will he go for goal? He went for the sublime Matteo Politano. Wasn't able to pull it off to perfection. Anguissa has been played in here by Politano. Di Lorenzo, low ball in for Politano. And Locatelli comes sliding in, comes charging across. Juventus now just trying to play their way out of trouble. Locatelli toe pokes it upfield. Anguissa with the header. And who else, Manuel, but Andrea Cambiaso to tidy things up.
Yeah, but I think we're seeing little sparks of Di Lorenzo on the form that led Napoli to the Scudetto, because he played a wonderful ball towards Politano.
Cope Miners, McKennie, that with Cope Miners, still Cope Miners. And Caprile goes sliding in. The referee says it wasn't a pass back. Timothy Weah, Cope Miners, McKennie helps it along and lets it run. Savona and Nico Gonzalez committed the foul there as he went competing for that ball on Buongiorno. Cambiaso now. Cope Miners! He couldn't keep it down. He couldn't get his first goal for the club. He couldn't make the difference.
Yeah, they are another unsung hero. The underrated Cambiaso. He can drive the ball with his left, with his right. You don't know which is his favorite foot. Serving a beautiful assist.
So double change then for Antonio Conte.
Yeah, for Lukaku, so big substitution for both managers.
Gonzalez tries to flick it into path of McKennie. Buongiorno doesn't quite deal with it. Kenan Yildiz. Cope Miners back with Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz now! Just let himself down with the finish, put himself into a position to strike. It's McKennie, who's on a yellow card as well, who comes off. And interesting that Douglas Luiz stays on the bench. Kefren Turam, his father's watching on, so a chance to impress. Kenan Yildiz. Cambiaso. Cope Miners. Back with Cambiaso. And it trickles wide. Caprile scuttling across, Caprile getting down. Kenan Yildiz. And it would be positive to bring home another clean sheet, considering no Gatti either, who hasn't been risked after hobbling off with an ankle issue against PSV. Kenan Yildiz straight to Gilmour. Followed on shot, gives it away to Timothy Weah. Weah now! And Weah will settle for a corner. Weah pouncing on that error by McTominay. Gilmour. Simeone. Audacious effort from Giovanni Simeone, and Di Gregorio just watches it go out wide. Neres tries to go beyond Bremer. Still with Neres, and Bremer recovered really well. Curled in by Neres. Folorunsha will chase. And Folorunsha first to it. Anguissa. Referee looks at his watch. A point apiece then between Juventus and Napoli. Both sides will try and look at the glass half full. Another clean sheet for Juventus, 5 from 5. Napoli extends their unbeaten streak to 4, following their nightmare start in match day 1. For Juventus, though, some worrying signs. They've lost their cutting edge in attack. It's their third successive goalless stalemate, the first time that's happened since 1992. Antonio Conte then emerging with a point on his return to his former employers. Final score here in Turin, Juventus 0, Napoli 0.